Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will do a kind of review of a movie, and it will be the Death Note movie from Netflix. You might heard about it often, and I recently watched it. I just wanted to prove if it is really that bad as people are talking about it. And here comes my statement to that. Well, 2 days ago, Saturday evening, I watched this Netflix Death Note movie illustration with my sister. You have to know, my sister is an adult which doesn't know anything about anime at all, and she liked it. Later I'll tell you why. So I found some bad arguments, some criticism, and also good points about that movie. So I cannot only tell bad things about this movie, but I'll still begin with the bad points. And I think the first bad point is L. He was black. And I mean, this is not racist or something, it's just in the anime he is totally pale. He's white, he's totally pale, and then they just take someone who has dark skin. Maybe they wanted to put irony in there, but it just didn't really work out. And this was also because this actor who acted L was not really good at acting this role. He just didn't fit. This behavior of L didn't fit to the person acting him. And this was kind of a bit sad because L is one of my favorite characters and he has a very high stake kind of in the anime, and in the movie it was like not that clear. The second point is Light. Light is actually more natural in the movie, which is actually kind of even good, but he just wasn't as in the anime totally. Yeah, when someone for the first time sees Ryuk, I don't know. Of course this person will be scared as fuck, but this was kind of a bit too much. For Light as a character was it just too much. The third one is that some elements of the anime were left out in the movie. Well, sometimes it just had to be so, but sometimes it was really sad. Like for example, Mia, she's called Mia in the Netflix movie, didn't have the second Shinigami or the second Death Note. It didn't appear in the movie at all. So they twisted the plot a little bit. The fourth negative point is that they turned Death Note into a love story, into a cliche love story. This was quite sad for me because Death Note for me wasn't focused on love, where there was love in it of course, but it wasn't the focus. And here it was like about the relationship of Mia and him, and everything was kind of turning around a bit. It was a really high focus on their relationship, and for me it just didn't fit to Death Note at all. And the fifth point is in the Netflix movie, Misa and Light kind of switched their role. In the anime, you know, Light is the bad guy and he's just abusing Misa just believes everything he says and is like so kind of innocent. But here it's totally different. Here is Mia, the bad girl, the bad guy, and Light is just like so dumb and believes that she truly loves him and stuff. Where I also, this is a bit criticism to Light's character in this movie. Light is actually really intelligent and he was in the movie, but concerning this relationship he was like kind of blind. The sixth point is I kind of missed Ryuk a little bit in the movie, so he didn't appear that enough as in the anime. He didn't have that great role. I mean, everything began because of him, like he observed this scene, but still it was not enough of his presence, and I actually wish to see him a bit more. I mean, he's just so fun, you know? Everyone loves Ryuk. Ryuk is cool. And the seventh point, and I mentioned it before already, it's that they simply changed the story. They added some other information which was not included in the anime and changed sometimes even important points. And if you watch the Death Note anime series, then you just can't but compare these two creations if you see these points which are just not fitting to what you have seen before. It's a bit sad, really. But now here comes the good points. The last point, which was on my negative point list, that they changed the story. I have it also on the list where I wrote down the good aspect. You can see it in both. I personally also liked that they changed some elements, because for a movie you have to shorten everything and maybe you have to change something. And so they actually created a new version of it, which was I can't speak. Actually also interesting. If you just look at the movie, at the Netflix movie, without comparing it with the anime, you know, then you actually think that it's kind of good. This is also what my sister said, because she doesn't know Death Note as an anime, and she just said actually it is quite good, which is connected to the next point. That made Death Note in general more popular. I mean, it's America, it's Netflix, it's I guess it was produced in America, and if it's America, it's always popular, and if it's America connected with anime, with Death Note, of course it will get even more popular. I guess it's even good for Death Note itself, even as an anime too, that they did this, because so even more people know about it. Connected to the next point, it gives more opportunity for people who don't watch anime, for example, to get this kind of content of animes in a movie. Like people who maybe don't watch anime because they think, I don't like this animated stuff, I like to see real people on my television screen or on my phone, then it's kind of a good opportunity for them. And it's also maybe a good opportunity to watch anime in a different way, even for otakus like me, and to see how large, how big this whole thing actually is. What I also liked about it was the animation of Ryuk. It was quite good. Well, he didn't look exactly as in the anime, honestly, but still his animation in general was really good. And also the Death Note was really good created, and all the letters appearing in the anime, like for example the L of, you know, L, or the Death Note, this writing style appeared in the movie too, so it was good they like copied it from the anime, because then you see they really tried. And yeah, a good point is also they tried. They really tried. They did a good job actually. They tried to create something new. They didn't want to copy everything from the anime, and they wanted to create their own version. This is actually quite good. They had the right for it, and it's good they did it. Maybe this will continue with other animes, and I'm actually quite interested how all this thing will develop. Maybe America will focus on reconstructing animes and producing it as a movie or something. I'm just so excited to see what will be in the future, and yeah, this is what I can tell you about it. So as you see, there are negative points and there are even also positive points, so you don't have to see everything in a negative way. And so did I. Just be honest to you. If you have certain oh my god. If you have certain prejudices, then you can check out the two sides and compare them and just say, is it really that bad as I thought? Well, that's my opinion on that. Did you actually watch the Netflix movie? If that's the case, what is your opinion on that? Leave it in the comments below. And even if you didn't watch the movie, tell me, what did you or do you still expect of it? And do you actually want to watch it if you didn't watch it? So, and that is what I wanted to tell you about, and I see you next time, and goodbye.